one that they even have laid out if they change it to doing Lesnar and Reigns at SummerSlam is that Strowman kind of gets put on the back burner, right? They've built him up as this unstoppable monster type guy. He's beat up Reigns like over and over and over again. You would assume that he would lose in the ambulance match then if Reigns is going to take the spot at SummerSlam against Lesnar. So he would lose that, and then what would he be doing after that, right? He wouldn't be in the title mix. You'd have to kind of find something to do with him. He just kind of gets shorted out, right, if it goes to Lesnar, Reigns, and then Reigns and Cena is the end game. So like you have to kind of find something for Strowman to do in there too. Hopefully they have some sort of plan for that. But it would kind of take him out of the limelight if he's not in the title match in the next month or so.
As much as I love the great Strowly, as I'm going to now refer to him as, what do you do with guys like Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and Bray Wyatt?
I mean, you have enough, like, those are, like, like, mid to upper card guys, right? Like, Rollins is probably, like, an upper card guy that can kind of go back and forth. So you have a mix of guys like Rollins, Balor, Wyatt, Ambrose, Miz, right? That you can probably mix and match in there, too. Who am I forgetting? The Drifter? The Drifter.
Wow. Tremendous, yeah.
So you've got guys like that you can mix around in there. And then whatever guy's not in the main event, so if it's... Let's say Joe has the title for several months and he defends against Reigns, and then he defends. You can mix Rollins in and do Joe Rollins. You can mix in Balor and do Joe Balor. Like you can do things like that and kind of rotate those guys in and out if there's no plans for any of those guys to win the title between now and WrestleMania, which it doesn't sound like there are. So I think that's what you could do with those guys. And I'd imagine once you get to WrestleMania, you come up with matches for a lot of these guys, and then by the time it's shortly after WrestleMania, they're going to be changing up the rosters again, I'm guessing, and guys will move around, and some guys will get called up from NXT potentially, maybe like a Bobby Roode or somebody, and you can kind of mix guys in there. There's also stuff like you can have Triple H work a match against some of these guys. You can have Kurt Angle work a match against some of these guys since they're both available on Raw, so you can do stuff like that as well. I don't know what Angle's storyline is leading to, if it's him and Triple H, but you could have something where he fights any of those guys that you mentioned, right? He could fight Rollins, he could fight Balor, he could fight Joe again, he could do all these different things. So there's a lot of things I think you can mix and match in there to get through the pay-per-views between August and Mania, and then after Mania it's kind of a crapshoot because, like I said, they'll probably shift some people around the rosters again and there'll be call-ups.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, for me, like, I think Finn Balor, like, the time is now. For him, he's not getting any younger, believe it or not. Finn's already like 36 years old, 35, 36 years old, yeah, and we still haven't seen the Demon. So I think if you're going to see, like, if they're going to do the Demon, do it against, like, Lesnar, do it against even, like, a Samoa Joe or even a Roman Reigns at a WrestleMania. So I'm hoping in some way, because of what happened to him, his injury, him overcoming that, I think it'd be nice to see him in the title picture by Mania. But like you said, I mean, there's like so many guys that are close to the IC title picture, close to the main event picture. They're going to have, if they're really scrambling because ratings are so low, then maybe Brock Lesnar isn't the draw that, they still think he is, or maybe it's just a combination of a bad product and not having, or no, I shouldn't say a bad product, maybe a stale product and not having your champion on TV, because so many guys are fighting for the number one contendership. It almost seems like being the number one contender is more prestigious than being the champion is, because the champion, when's the last time he defended the title? He hasn't, right?
No, he won it at WrestleMania.
What happened to the 30-day title defense clause? Let's get back to that.
Maybe it's not on the Universal Championship. I don't know.
That's bad booking, man. Even have him, Jinder Mahal is wrestling Luke Harper, which is kind of a throwback to like the old early '90s WWE, where you'd have like Hulk Hogan versus Ted DiBiase on a Saturday Night Main Event for no reason. Which you got to find some common ground between how they're treating Lesnar and how they're treating Jinder Mahal. I mean, neither one are equaling, ratings through the roof, but I'm cautiously optimistic for the showdown between Lesnar and Joe at Great Balls of Fire, and I don't know, part of me thinks we're going to have a new champion, because technically he could choke Lesnar out without Lesnar tapping or Lesnar getting pinned, so there's like a little bit there where you could say, even if Joe beats him that way, you could say, I never tapped, you never, X, Y, and Z. So, but then, like you said, Cena's coming back. I just keep forgetting about John Cena. How do you forget about John Cena?
Well, he's never there, right? So he's kind of just as bad.
You're right.
Point. So
the only problem is Lesnar has a title and Cena probably will have the title. So
Yeah, I mean, he had it right for like 2 weeks or something in January.
I completely forgot about that.
Sure. Yeah, so because they don't mention it and they don't talk about it, right? They just now they can call him a 16-time world champion, so they feel like I guess that was the gist of him winning the title for 2 weeks, which that was all poor booking. We've gone over that before.
Get back to me when you're defending it night in and night out like Ric Flair was.
There you go. So that's that news. So we will see how that plays out on the Raw brand over the next 2 months or so, as we head into SummerSlam in Brooklyn.
We're going to be there, right? You didn't get the...
When you say there, you mean in Brooklyn?
Yeah,
at
SummerSlam? Brooklyn, yeah. You didn't get the will call tickets? You didn't get the message about that?
No. I did not.
Bruce Pritchard said...
The guy that works
there's
Impact?
Yeah, he's still got some connections. He said there's 2 will call tickets at Barclays for us.
So Bruce Pritchard...
Yeah. It was a giveaway on his podcast.
For Impact.
Yeah.
Has said that there's 2 will call tickets at will call.
Yeah.
For you and me.
Yeah. He couldn't get us front row.
WWE show.
But we're 4th row behind commentary.
4th row behind commentary.
Yeah.
In Brooklyn.
Yep.
At SummerSlam?
Yep.
From Bruce Pritchard.
Bruce.
Of Impact Wrestling.
Dr. Tom. Yeah. Dr.
Brother Love.
Yeah. Brother Love.
Okay.
Yeah. Brother Love. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll...
Weren't you were in the group chat?
No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Maybe,
I guess
maybe,
I'll look at train times then if we're going to be going to Brooklyn.
Yeah, it was either you or Sonny in the group chat. I wasn't sure who.
Sonny Ono?
No, Tammy Sitch.
Oh, Sonny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that would explain the pictures then. Huh.
You thought that was me texting you those pictures?
I did.
Okay.
I just thought maybe...
But it's... Okay.
Yeah. Now, the more I think about it...
So is that how you got the tickets? Based off of... What was going on in this group chat?
Yeah, it was definitely Sonny.
So it was you and Sonny and Brother Love in a group chat.
Yeah.
And somehow this conversation, which involved picture messages, resulted in us getting 2 will call tickets for SummerSlam at the Barclays Center in August. Is that what you're telling me? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad that you... I don't know how you pulled that off, but that's impressive. So I'm excited.
I'm not,
we're going to SummerSlam, everybody. Check out our Twitter and Instagram at All Night Long WP, because we'll be sitting 4 rows behind the announce table at SummerSlam 2017 at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
I'm not proud of myself, but I might have to leave at some point to go meet Sonny. And then
during SummerSlam?
Yeah.
She doesn't have time before or after the show to meet
No. She was very... That's it was definitely just looking through the text. That was Sonny. So weird. I don't know why I thought it was your number.
Okay. I mean, do you have me stored in your phone under the name Sonny? Because that would be weird.
Tammy
was it just
Lynn's... No.
Was it
Tammy
a typo?
Lynn Sitch? No,
it's probably a typo.
Yeah. You know what it was?
You know what it probably was?
You know what it was?
Stallion and Sonny are very close, probably in the alphabet, and you just happened to put her in the group chat. But you know what? It worked out for you because you got us tickets to SummerSlam.
Your
Great
number
job. Great job,
is
buddy.
1 number off. That's what it was. That's how we got Sonny.
There's a lot off.
There's a lot. She sent me this weird link. What is
a
it?
lot that's off.
What is
Don't sign up. Don't sign up for anything. Don't do that. Because then don't put your credit card information in. It's not a good.
But it's saying I could be a fan. All I have to do is put in a credit card information.
I wouldn't put your credit card in. Yeah, that's probably not going to be good. I wouldn't do that. It's going to show up on your credit card bill, and then you're just going to have to answer to some questions. I think that's what's going to happen.
But it's just.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
I can donate. What do I donate?
No, it's not like a charity.
Give her a coin.
It's not like a charity.
What is this?
You're not saving any animals. It's not like that.
Is Kerry going to see this?
I would probably not put any of your personal information in on that link. Okay. I would not do that.
Okay.
And if you put somebody else's information in, it's probably like fraud or something. So I wouldn't do that either.
$49.99 gets me an hour. What is an hour?
An hour of what?
It's a chat.
I don't think we should be talking about this anymore.
Okay.
I don't think this is illegal. You know what we should talk about? Let's shift over really quick to SmackDown. SmackDown Live. SmackDown recently had the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, which we covered last week on the show. And one of the topics or main storylines coming out of that show was the women's Money in the Bank match, the first ever match that Carmella won, air quotes, and it was due to the James Ellsworth interference, and he grabbed the briefcase and gave it to her, and the rules didn't state that wasn't possible, etc., etc., etc. Daniel Bryan on SmackDown last week decided to take the briefcase away from Carmella and put it back into a rematch of the women's Money in the Bank match from the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, only this time on SmackDown Live. So the same competitors were in the match, and they redid it on SmackDown this week. So the end result of that was that Carmella once again obtained the briefcase. This time she actually climbed the ladder herself to get it. Ellsworth was banned from the building, but somehow managed to find his way back in, of course, and still interfere in the main event, although Becky Lynch this time got the better of him, taking him out as he was climbing the ladder.
Hit his nuts on the ropes.
He did. He got crotched on the ropes. Yeah, that's a tough spot to take. But
that's a Michaels classic. It's
sure.
Shawn Michaels special.
And anyway, as Becky Lynch was about to then climb the ladder, Carmella got back into the ring, ended up getting the better of it, and won the briefcase again. So Carmella is once again the women's Money in the Bank winner, and now holds the briefcase for a women's championship match. They also did a rematch of Naomi and Lana from the pay-per-view, but this match lasted maybe a minute, and Naomi retained. So what do you think, I guess, about now knowing how that whole angle played out from the pay-per-view to SmackDown, to 2 weeks of SmackDown with Carmella and Ellsworth and all that type of stuff? Do you feel any differently about how it was done at the pay-per-view, or how the whole angle was done, and compared to how we felt when it first happened, which was kind of a little bit ridiculous, how they did it with Ellsworth? Or do you still feel like it wasn't a very good idea and wasn't well done?
I was doing a lot of thinking about this, and I really think at the end of the day, this match was just missing more LeVar Ball. That's what this segment needed to spice it up. Maybe possibly drop some racist slang. No, I mean, this was... you want to get eyes to the pay-per-view. You want to get eyes from the pay-per-view to SmackDown. You want to increase viewership on SmackDown. I get that. You could have just done this from the beginning and put this match on SmackDown. At the end of the day, that instead of the asterisk... That's how you pronounce that, right?
Yes.
Asterisk. Yeah, that's good. Instead of the asterisk on the first match, you could have just had this match on the pay-per-view and created a worthwhile angle that would get people to tune in on SmackDown. They didn't do that. They redid it. I thought both matches were okay. I thought the one of the... I don't know. I literally watched last night's or SmackDown's match probably 3 or 4 times because I fell asleep so many times. And not knocking the match. I just, life. But it didn't really hold my interest as much as the first one did. The first one, I thought they were more... I don't want to say false finishes, but, each woman climbing the ladder really kind of made you buy into the fact that they were going to win it. This one, and the booking of James Ellsworth just coming into it without any kind of security around them, or how Ellsworth got into the arena after he was banned from the arena, it just doesn't make sense. It's just lazy. He was never teased he was coming in. He just kind of shows up after, and then Natty took out Charlotte into the crowd, right? Which makes no sense to me. If you're trying to climb the ladder, why would you leave the ring? I don't really get that part. But the match was. I think since you took it off Carmella to keep her heat, you had to put it back on her because she was getting legitimately hated now that she cheated to win. So I think that was a good idea in itself. But aside from the match, it really didn't really hit home for me, buddy. What do you think?
I liked it better than the pay-per-view match. I did.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because it just I don't know. It was just better. It was. The ending, obviously, I thought was better. It was, better laid out. The finishing sequence, obviously the Ellsworth thing. Anytime somebody gets banned from the building, they usually find their way back in, right? Or banned from ringside. They always seem to find their way out there. So you knew he was going to find his way out there somehow, but I think it was good that they kind of played off how he had won the previous match, and they had Becky get some level of revenge on him because she was the one that was affected the most in the pay-per-view match based on his interference, because she was